Well, hello and welcome to Unstuck with Charlie. My name is Charlie Arms. Today we're going to have a conversation about why Christians seem to be among the most hated people in the world. Christian teachings are being rejected by younger generations in numbers greater than we've ever seen. In fact, if you're in Hollywood, it's become pretty fashionable to hate on Christian people. People who subscribe to Christian teachings and values, Christian characters in the movies and on TV shows. They're always weird and creepy and even sometimes mean caricatures. They're usually the loser, the bigot, the hater. If you want to get blacklisted in Hollywood, call yourself a Christian, and that's it for your career. It seems like the only group where it's still fashionable to be prejudiced. It's against Christians. What's going on? Why is this happening? If you're a Christian, how are you supposed to process this? Well, let's talk about it. First, would you do me a favor? Hit the like button, the subscribe button. Help us grow the channel. Help us reach more people. Help more people get unstuck and start moving forward again. So let's get this conversation off the ground by providing some context, because context is everything. The word Christian is derived from a Greek word with a Latin adjectival ending. The word is Christianos. This word means follower of Christ. Most specifically, a Christian is someone who follows the teachings of Jesus Christ, someone who learns from Jesus, someone who absorbs his teachings and tries to live out those teachings. Another word we use in the church is disciple. A Christian is a disciple of Jesus. A Christian isn't just someone who wears a cross around their neck, attends church occasionally, says a few good words. That's not a Christian. A Christian is someone who purposely and willfully models their life on the teachings of Jesus. This is a person that has given their life to the goal of becoming more like Jesus Christ. Jesus made a profound statement that gets to the heart of this conversation. He said this, and I want you to pay attention to this. If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. Do you know Jesus was hated by a lot of people? Why was he hated? Jesus is commonly known by his profound love for people, his serving the poor and marginalized, for his many healings and miracles. Why was he hated? In fact, he was hated so much that people literally asked for a murderer to be released and gave up Jesus to a death sentence on a Roman cross, which is one of the most excruciating and humiliating ways to die. Now, if you can answer that question about why Jesus was hated, you'll also have the answer to why Christians today are also hated. Remember, he said, if the world hates you, know that it hated me first. In other words, in other places, Jesus warns his disciples several times that following him would require sacrifice, that people would not be accepting, that his followers would be persecuted and mocked. Yes, this all appears to be true, but why? Okay, so here we go. Here's the why. Because following Jesus means I must surrender my will to God's will. Jesus even taught his disciples in his famous Lord's Prayer to pray those exact words, not my will, but your will be done. Now I'm going to teach you two new words that will help you understand why Christians are more hated now than ever and why you should prepare yourself. The words are secular humanism. Now, you've probably heard these words before, but I want to explain them and why they are at the center of our discussion here. The word secular means something that is separated from spirituality and or religion. There is a growing desire to eradicate, to get rid of, to remove anything spiritual or religious from society. Atheism, the belief there is no God, and agnosticism, the position of neutrality on whether there is a God, are among the fastest growing belief systems in the world. And yes, they are belief systems. Spirituality means God is involved somehow. Now, the word secular means God is absent, doesn't exist, that God is not involved. Now, the second word there is humanism. Humanism is the belief that humanity is at the center of the universe and that human will and effort and motives are at the center of the universe. Essentially, God is replaced by humanity. We are, in a sense, gods of the universe. We are at the center of everything. Secular humanism is becoming the most popular worldview today. In fact, in Hollywood, the ship has sailed. Secular humanism all the way. No God, no spirituality, only humanity and what we can do, what we can achieve. There is no God above us, no higher values or morals. We decide what is right and wrong, and it's basically a free-for-all when it comes to morality. There's no following Jesus' teachings. It's only our own will, our own decisions. Now, the reason Christians are hated is that secular humanism will attack anything that dares to claim there is a God. There are objective truths or absolute authority above us. No way will a secular humanist surrender their will to God. With God out of the way, secular humanists are free to do whatever they want to do. The reason Jesus was hated and the reason people reject Christianity and Christians is because nobody wants to be reminded, nobody wants a reminder that there is a moral authority higher than our own. Nobody wants to surrender their will to a higher being. In the secular humanist worldview, there is no will greater than the human will. Jesus was crucified for daring to suggest that everyone, from the highest in society to the lowest, was under the same moral authority of God. In fact, only Christianity can bring true equality. As Christians, we are all servants of God, not ourselves. There are no divisions of culture and class and calling, only commonality as we all serve the same God of the universe. It's really a beautiful thing to witness when you see it worked out in life. And I encourage people to explore faith for yourself. Don't listen to Hollywood's interpretation of Christianity or some caricature that your college professor painted. Study the life and teachings of Jesus for yourself. Now, I hope this gives you some perspective about why Christians are so hated and the main reason why Christianity is often rejected. Thanks for watching, and I want to encourage you to move forward positively.